Make sure you like the video, subscribe, hit that top bell, and make sure you point out the lie in the comment section. Yeah, man. Even during the pandemic, we're still traveling. Do this for y'all, man. I'ma holler at y'all. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to King Jordan, man. Cool ass dude, man. Like, yo, real ass dude too, man. That's even more important. So shout out to King Jordan, man. When he said well-rounded and outside the box is a way of life. Y'all keep cooking. Exactly, man. Well-rounded. What is okay? Let's unpack. Okay, leave that up there for me real quick. Because I want to say something real quick before I get to what King Jordan said. The problem that a lot of dudes have when it comes to taking losses versus learning a lesson, it comes down to the fact, like we said, there's a difference between a man and a man and a grown male. The biggest difference is basically controlling your emotions, man. And like I was talking to a chick the other day, I had to let her know. She was like, yo, this thing, third ego, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yo, but you gotta understand, ego is all emotion. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying to kill your ego. I'm not saying not to have an ego. I'm saying to be able to, like, shout out to Jesse, man, turn your ego into your pet. So basically what I'm saying is a lot of dudes out here can't control their emotions. So think about it. Let's think about the difference between being in your emotions versus being logical. I equate to fellas, for the dudes out there who are logical and who can control their emotions. Let me shout out to Playertainment, man. Let me teach you. I appreciate that. Let me give you the example of what it looks like to be emotional. Because let's say you and I are Professor Rich. We're not emotional dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, we may be stoic, whatever you want to call it. Let me tell you what it looks like to be emotional. Imagine, I don't remember the last time that you got into a fisticuff with another dude, but imagine that time or the last time that you blacked out. You know what I'm saying? On some, not fight on flight, but on some fight shit. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't thinking straight. You know what I'm saying? You was, you know what I'm saying? You was on some, you wasn't thinking about tomorrow. You was thinking about right now. You was thinking about whatever. You had tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying? Of what was in front of you. That's what being emotional is. That's what a lot of well, for females, that's what it is for them. But a lot of these emotional dudes, that's what they are too. That's why they can't think outside of the situation. They can't think outside of the situation and say, you know what? Yeah, that's why I fucked up. Oh shit, I did that to myself right there. Thanks. A lot of people rather point the finger like, yo, nah, it was that person. She did this, he did that. If he ain't do this, or she ain't do that, I wouldn't know. Nah, family. You gotta ask yourself, like, the biggest question dudes gotta ask themselves is like, yo, what are the red flags that I missed? Because they were red flags, fam. Because if you were a person of discernment before you got to that situation where you were in a fucked up situation with a person, fam, there were some flags there. Why didn't you see them? You know what I mean? Because you were in your emotions. Nine times out of 10, not always, but 9 times out of 10, because there are con people out there who know how to manipulate people. So 9 times out of 10, because you was in your emotions, fam. You look past it.
Facts. Either you was in your emotions, you let your ego get in the way, which is kind of like in the same thing, or you was thinking with your dick. Because I know me personally, I said thinking with your dick.
Yep, that's a good one. I think that's your emotions also, because that's hormones. Facts. Because emotions is, you know what I mean? Because emotions is basically hormone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, to an extent, because I had a conversation with some dudes at my job. Another side note, we was talking about who's more emotional, males or females, and 8 against 1. Guess who the one was? But 8 against 1 was like, yo, males are more emotional. I'm like, what? Like, yo, hold on, this, that, and third. And then basically one of them was like, yo, scientifically speaking, this, that, and third. I was like, listen, man, scientifically speaking, you know what I mean? Let's just say estrogen is the emotion hormone. Okay? Women have at least 4 times as much emotion hormones as males. How can they possibly be less emotional than a man? You know what I'm saying? So,
but wait, let's talk about that, because this kind of piggybacks into one of the things I was going to talk about. You said earlier when answering the question, man. Like, I've had women in my personal life or like outside my personal life be like, "What you're saying on your channel is misogynistic," but I'm like, how? I mean, how? I said, point out the lie. You know what I mean? Because if you can't, it's true. You just don't want to accept the truth. And when it comes to the emotional thing, like there's books on this, like how the woman's brain is different than the man's brain. You know what I mean? And it's facts. If I'm just pointing out the facts and that offends you, that's not my fault. You know what I'm saying? Just don't watch.
They've been accustomed to they're accustomed to being coddled. I mean, yeah, let me tell you, see, I think this is another reason why my cousin told me to come up on here is because in my real personal life, but yo, go back before I even say that. I remember what I said about my cousin. King Jordan, he said, well-rounded and outside the box is way of life. Y'all keep cooking. Yo, when we talk about what well-rounded, I was gonna say, all right, I'm gonna unpack it, but well-rounded is being able to do the two F's. I mean, you might think it's fight or flight. No, well-rounded is being able to fight and fuck. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You got to be fit enough, and it's another F. You got to be fit enough to fight and fuck. You know what I'm saying? So if you're on your game when it comes to fighting and fucking, that adds a mental element to it because you got to be disciplined to do that. You know what I mean? It's so easy just to eat what you want, not exercise, not do them calisthenics, not go to the gym or do whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? So to be well-rounded, man. So so in addition to the two F's, fit to be able to fight and fuck, like I said, I mean, of course you got to get you have to have your money in order. You know what I'm saying? The society we live in. I'm not. You notice that's another thing. My channel is not about money. I never talk about how to get money, be the money man, focus on money, and this, that, and the third. I understand the power of money and the access that it gives you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I ain't gonna go too deep into money on that. But I understand the power of money, why we need money where we live at in the world that we live in. But I'm more so focused on people knowing who they are. You know what I'm saying? Going within themselves. So being well-rounded, fighting, fucking, getting your money in order. You know what I mean? But like I emphasize on my channel, to know thyself is to know thy God. So what I mean is pretty much about your family. Once you know yourself from the inside out, you kind of create your own world.
Word.
Like you manipulate the world around you anyway. You know what I mean? Because this story just came, not a story, but this situation popped into my head. So let me just bring it up for this situation. Something as simple as after I got dismissed from med school, let's just say I was overly sensitive. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I used to go to my right hand man, my man Slugger. I'd be like, yo, they doing this, they saying this, and third. And it's one time he just simply all he said was, yo, they saying you. This ain't how you normally act, because stuff like this would just normally roll off your back. And I'm thinking like, yo, I known this dude since I was 9. And I'm like 28, 29 at this time. I'm like, so you talking like 20 years. I'm like, yeah, my right hand man's telling me I'm not acting like me. And I just realized, and I started remembering who I was, yo, like I control my environment. Whatever's happening to me is because of me. So I need to start checking me, because I'm the common denominator in what all the negative situations that I deem is happening to me. So I need to start changing my perception on my world. And real quick, I don't think this is spoken about enough, but there's a difference between planet and world. Okay, what I mean by that, real quick, like I said, this is master's level type of thinking. The difference between planet and world, because planet is for lack of a better term, the physical aspect of it. But someone's world is individual. You know what I mean? Because someone, like what I like to say is someone who's 3 feet tall, a midget who's 3 feet tall, lives in a different world than someone who's 10 feet tall, 7 feet tall, 8 feet tall. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody who's 800 pounds lives a different life than somebody who's, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So everyone's world is different. So everyone's world is inside their head. But I'm getting too deep. My bad. We're not here for that, man. But,
we about to go into paradigms and stuff.
Yeah. I ain't trying to get too deep, man.
But
shout out to TOP, man.
Yeah, shout out to my God Player Team, man.
Hey, real quick, one more thing. The other thing that he said well rounded. The other thing he said, and outside the box. What I'm starting to think right now, is like, if you really want to be high value, you know what I mean, you want to be like a masters of the universe type of thinker. If you don't know nothing about string theory, quantum physics, none of that stuff, you know what I mean? 'Cause like I said, I'm a thinking man. I mean, once you start delving into that, that's when I consider you a thinking man and being able to, you know what I'm saying, go into different levels in your own mind, man, and different levels in your own world, man. It is different levels to your own world, man. Like I said in the video, a lot of dudes are stuck on Super Mario World 1-1. You know what I mean? They don't even know 1-2, the underworld. They don't even know about, you know what I'm saying, the last boss with the fucking bricks is white. You know what I'm saying? They're not even blue no more because niggas is comfortable with, you know what I'm saying, the easy shit and the shit they know already and how a nigga gonna move, and you know what I mean, you can't grow when you're comfortable, man. But I'm over here ranting.
Nah, that's all facts, bro. But you said also something that's very important that you kind of you brushed over. You said a lot of stuff that was just very important, but something I get a lot is you mentioned the 2 F's, fight and fuck. I mean, and dude be asking me a lot, how can I get women when I'm still on my purpose, bro? That's all about finding your formula. You know what I mean, some guys can have an 8-girl rotation and still go to the gym. You know what I mean, but a lot of these guys can't. And the example I like to use, shout out to my guy Dre, me and him are both on our purposes, but we do it completely different. You know what I mean, like I'm on monk mode. Like I'm just really focused on, like, I cut out all my bad vices temporarily and like I'm going to the gym. But him on the other hand, he be drinking, you know what I'm saying? He has his fun, he goes on trips, he does what he has to do. But he still made X amount of dollars last month. You know what I mean? And he showed me. Right. So his process is different than mine. But that doesn't make his any more right than me or his or mine any more better than his. You know what I mean? It's just how we function.
Let me tap into that real quick, man, that I think needs to be emphasized even more on the manosphere. Yo, man, if I had a bullhorn, I would say it on a bullhorn, man. But everybody has their own journey. Facts. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's journey is not the same. Everybody's in a different point. Even if the journey is the same, you may not be at the same point in the journey. I mean, so if you're not at the same point in the journey, or like I said in the beginning, you don't even have the same journey, you don't even have the same destination, because I can get deep, man. Because everybody has a different journey. So let's say you believe in reincarnation, for lack of a better term. We're not gonna say their name, but if reincarnation is real, let's say I'm on life 99 and you on life 50. You know what I'm saying? Like my nigga, like I know about this a little bit more than you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a little bit more advanced at this. You know what I mean? So damn, I forgot the point what I was saying, because I even killed myself with that right there. But yeah, what was the question, man?
Oh, we're just talking about finding our formulas, bro, and like not really comparing formulas to
everybody has a different journey, man. So with that being said, like an example of that is, okay, again, let's take it to base level. Dudes want to talk about, how I talk to a chick and all that. Professor Rich's way of bagging chicks, talking to chicks, may be different from my way of bagging chicks, talking to chicks, and we might have the same ratio. We might have the same kill ratio. You know what I'm saying? But my personality is different from Professor's personality. You know what I'm saying? Something that Professor will say to a chick, if I say it, won't come off the same way. I mean, could I say some both things? Maybe if Professor says it to a chick, it's not gonna come off the same way. So when it comes to dudes and they talk about how they talk to a chick, first of all, I'll be emphasizing, if you learn how to talk to people in general, talking to chicks is gonna be, come on, my nigga. That's basically just honing in. That's like putting in the microscope. Like, all right, I already know how to talk to people. Now I'm gonna fine tune my mouthpiece, for lack of a better term, and I mean for what I want in this conversation. So when it comes to that, dudes have to, well, number one, again, they have to know themselves, because they have to remain solid. Chicks be feeling energy. When a dude walks up to a chick, is having a conversation with a chick, and they have nervous energy, or they have that energy like, am I gonna get the number? She's gonna give it to me. Should I do this? That's like nervous. That's like questionable. But the only question I have when I'm having a conversation with a chick, like I've said, is, will she deserve another conversation? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know what the end is gonna be. Like, so that's my excitement. You know what I'm saying? But I'm older than cats. You know what I'm saying? I've done been through the, oh my God, is she gonna give me her number? I'm gonna give her my number like this. I'm gonna give her, I don't even care no more. Like, you don't even understand. I'm to the point, like, I'm really thinking, like, do I even want to talk to her again? Let me see, because I'm on some shit. Maybe because it's my age. Like, I'm on some shit now. A chick could look good to me, but her mouth could fuck her up. Go ahead, Professor. Go ahead, man.
That all comes from like growing your conscience, man. Because I be telling these, I had a question on my Instagram story, and I was like, "What's the deal breaker for y'all?" One dude said nothing, as long as she's cute, and I said, "What?"